There's no denying it. Life is not too shabby for this media maven.
From her exotic vacation
to her $30 million Gulfstream jet,
to her lavish $50 million Montecito home,
and even her $339,000 Bentley Azure.
I have a pretty big life.
Now that's an understatement, so sit back and relax.
Because you're about to find out why it's good to be Oprah.
That's right. Go. Money, 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 money. It's all about that. So here's what we know. Oprah's on top of the world.
Try rules the world.
The queen of daytime runs a $575 million empire.
And that makes her one of the richest women in the biz.
Feeling pretty lucky.
Think about it for a second. She's a billionaire. That's 9 zeros. I mean, that's a lot of zeros.
Man, she must have one sweet portfolio when it comes to investments, right?
Now, sure. But early on, Oprah was afraid of losing it all. Remember, she came from nothing, so she hoarded $50 million at home and called it her bag lady fund.
Amazing.
But eventually, she pulled the money out of her mattress and found herself an investment worth millions, according to realtor Paul Purcell.
Real estate represents about 10% of Oprah's total net worth, so over $100 million in residential real estate.
Let's start with the penthouse Oprah purchased in 1992 to celebrate her newly crowned status as talk show queen.
Water Tower Place condo on Chicago's Miracle Mile is Oprah's primary residence. She bought that in about 1992, and she paid a little over $2.5 million for that apartment. The apartment itself is about 6,000 square feet overlooking Lake Michigan in Chicago. It's probably valued today, conservatively at $6 million, but because of the Oprah factor, I'd put it around $9 or $10 million.
Not a bad way to increase your net worth by a few mil.
And then there's her 140-acre farm in Indiana she snapped up for just under $100,000.
It's a farm of over 100 acres, and it's a rather incredible property. Has cows, chickens, dogs, a helipad.
And a guest room at the ready for pals like Quincy Jones and Maya Angelou.
Plus, this is where you can also find one of her favorite possessions.
It's a painting that is called To the Highest Bidder. It's a painting of an African-American slave girl. And Oprah likes to tell the story that when she paid $250,000 for this particular painting, she was the highest bidder.
Imagine being able to spend $250 grand just like that.
Hey, that's pocket change when you own a $575 million company.
Good point.
And wait till you hear the stats on her home just outside of Santa Barbara.
She saw it. She was there on a trip in 2001. It wasn't even for sale, and the owners had bought it for $14 million, which is a pretty hefty sum. And she basically said, well, how much do you want for it? And they were like, well, it's not for sale. She said $50 million, and she bought it on the spot, and it became the most expensive piece of residential real estate in the country.
It's 23,000 square feet. It has a pond. It has incredible views of the Pacific Ocean and the Santa Ynez Mountains.
And wait until you see the views from her $8 million retreat in Colorado.
She also owns a townhouse just outside of Aspen, the playground of the rich and famous, in Snowmass.
For a little family time, she stays at the home she purchased for her dad.
Oprah's the greatest daughter in the world. She purchased her dad a home just outside of Nashville. The home is about 7,000 square feet, has 20 rooms, 2 kitchens, a wine cellar. It's on a lake. Oprah paid about $1.5 million for this home for her father. Today, probably conservatively, it's worth a little over $2 million.
She's luxurious.
She's fabulous.
Seems to be on par for a girl who makes about $17,000 every hour on the hour, whether she's sleeping, working out, or at play.
You know what? It's always good to be Oprah.